could have played for.
Yeah, well, there's a couple of ways. He could have spotted the white. You know, I mean, he's played to run through and get onto the black. And he usually cues these beautifully. You play it with topspin rather than screwing the shot in. Now, let's see if there's any movement in the head or the cue there, the backhand. Let's have a look. We can look right down the barrel here. The only thing you can see, the backhand just coming a little bit to the left as we look at it, and he just misjudged it, but it was only a fraction, and a fraction can be quite costly at this game.
Yes, hasn't had any ideal chances, not been in and around the black spot yet, just to get a little bit of confidence going, but he knows O'Sullivan certainly looks up for it today.
Thank you, frame 3.
And really needs to get a frame on the board, and quickly.
Well, that's exactly the same break-off as his opening break-off shot, so he's going to have to change his break-off shot because he brought a red down more or less the identical shot in the opening frame. This time, the browns come to his rescue. The fact that that red has come up past the blue makes this shot a little bit more difficult for Ronnie. And the double kiss. Yep, that was a poor shot from Ronnie. He couldn't risk going back up the table because of that red, and he's left one near the black that will cut. I don't think the other one to the left of the bunch. Pot's in the middle.
One.
A very confident young man is Shaun Murphy, and he's got a terrific ability on the snooker table.
Yes, such was his chances in the first 2 frames were so few and far between. His high break is only 14 in the first 2 frames, so we know that's going to improve.
4.
So all had little half chances. He's never had a genuine chance yet in the opening 2 frames. He's just about as good a chance as he's had in the match so far.
Five.
Well, there's a loose red on, but Shaun likes to go into the bunch, but I think he's just come a little bit too far to make the angle on the green to go into them. It's slightly, the middle pocket's just about in the way. You'd have to play short of the middle or past the middle to get into them.
Yeah, there's a couple of ways. He could pot the green and come off 2 cushions and into the bunch there, but if he could go off 1 cushion, he may elect to do that. In fact, he's playing for the back of the bunch there. There's a red available, so he's played it nicely. Now there's a key shot early on in this 3rd frame. If he opens the bunch, he's got to make sure he gets to the black and not the cushion. Played it beautifully.
9.
Couldn't have hit it better. As Dennis mentioned, it's so easy there when you're playing that shot to finish tight on the cushion. And the fact that it came on and off the cushion has left it perfect. Slightly overran that, but shouldn't be any problem.
16.
Just about actually finished in the worst place possible, because the white's going near the cushion here in playing for the black. He might swing it round for the blue actually. So he'd have played for the black normally there, but you can see the white was going to be very close
17.
to the cushion. That's why he's played a little bit harder. Played around for the blue, and he's still not perfect. So it's not happening at the moment for Shaun.
22.
Well, that's a delightful little nudge there. He was always on the red for the middle pocket, but the fact he nudged the other red, this one to the left, it's perfect to get on the black. I think it's very important for Sean's confidence here to knock in a sizable break.
He was a little bit careless there though, Dennis. He had to finish low on the black there. I mean, the pack is just beautiful to go into, knowing he's bound to be on another red.
Yeah.
And of course, because of that, he's, you know, had to play a difficult shot, and he'd be kicking himself if he's not on the red in the middle. Is there a plant on?
Yeah, I'm with you, Willie. If he had got on the black as he intended, you can see the little V in the reds. He could have potted the black, went into that little V and scattered them all beautifully.
$31.
Now then, what's available in that little bunch of reds without having to play a cannon? Not sure. He's going to have to run round and try and get onto a red or into them. Now, has he got the right angle? No, he's slipping off them. It wasn't the perfect angle there, so that's not enough against
36.
someone like Ronnie O'Sullivan, really. And Sean will know that.
Just shows you, Dennis, going back to the, as we see the blue again, going back to that shot where he had that nice little flick and was able to pot the red in the corner. He just got down there and thought, oh, that's handy, I'm on that red, and just potted it without concentrating. If he'd have just concentrated on finishing low on the black, there'd have been no problem. It shows you how the snooker gods just kind of kick you in the teeth if you don't play the right shot.
Yeah, this was the shot. If he runs through a little bit further, perfect angle, pot the black into that little gap anywhere where Hawkeye's showing you, and he'd have been perfect.
We often talk about fractions at snooker, and that was one of those situations where just a couple of inches further there'd have been absolutely no problem.
Sean Murphy.
As 36. It is though, he has a 36-point lead and Ronnie's in trouble.
And that was a nice little gesture. Ronnie tapped the table there, so there may be a rivalry between these two players, but I think it's a healthy one, as Willie mentioned early on. Ronnie did acknowledge that very good snooker that he played there. Just trying to land on the one that's behind the black. This looks good. This looks very good. Well, all depends on whether this is finished absolutely dead straight. I don't think he can get out onto the black. Well, there's a slight angle, but I'll tell you what, if he tries to force that red in, the percentage of it going in are very small. That's why he's playing the safety. And he's played another good safety shot.
Thanks, Ronnie.
Funny enough, I mentioned Ray Reardon doing a bit of work with Ronnie for a couple of seasons. Sean Murphy used to go down and see Ray Reardon as well, so these two players will have learned quite a bit of tactical play off the master.
It's amazing how difficult that shot is to play when you're playing off one cushion at an angle like that, because it's very easy for the cue ball to slide, but both times judged to perfection. And this is not a straightforward safety shot. It's key what if he plays into baulk, he has to miss the kiss on the blue and red if he's playing off the red he's nearest to. If he plays off the other red, he's going to have to get right on the cushion, otherwise he'll leave the clip. There's three little thin safety shots. You can play off the one he's nearest to twice across. You can play off the one next to the pink and try and get the cue ball where he's pointing his cue. Or there's a little gap off the right hand side of the pack to play him behind the green. So there's three different shots you can play here. And because he felt it was fraught with danger playing into the baulk area because of that red over the middle, he's just played a negative safety.
Needs to make sure he doesn't catch the blue or the green here. And he goes twice across. Played it well.